Hey everybody, welcome to Late Late Horror Show with another video tag. This one is a Hammer horror tag. And this one's going to be pretty much...
It's all one-sided, huh?
This is all going to be Ted.
All right.
Because I am new. I'm not new, but I by no means have seen...
You're not schooled.
Yeah, I'm not schooled in Hammer horror.
You don't have the diploma on the wall like I do.
Yeah, Ted's introducing me and I'm slowly getting there.
Why is it slowly? You should just dive in and drown in it.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Hey, what you showed me, I've liked for the most part. So I'm getting in there, and I'll interject where I can. But this will pretty much be Ted's
the Ted Show
Hammer horror tag. So there you go.
Who started this for us? It was this.
This was Steve Urshan too. Started this one, Hammer horror tag. So
I thought these were some good questions. I was looking at them earlier.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and the knowledge Ted has for Hammer horror is pretty darn good. So
I liked it, man.
So you'll get some good answers from Ted. Sorry, I can't participate as much as I want to, but I will try where I can. So question number 1, Ted. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite Hammer horror movie?
I would probably say Curse of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It was the.
I'll throw that in there as mine too, just because that's
one of the few you've seen,
and the best one out of all of them. Although they were pretty close, but go ahead.
And it's damn good. I mean, it's apart from it's Peter Cushing's first outing as Baron von Frankenstein. It's got Christopher Lee playing an awesome-looking Frankenstein's monster. It's got a good supporting cast, great gothic scenery, and
love that,
and all that. Late 50s, so. A bit of gore for that time period with the eyeballs and the brain and the
wasn't it
hands.
when they're fighting it towards the end and he falls off the big gigantic long table onto the ground? Isn't that it? Where the books are?
Or that was Dracula.
Oh, was it?
When he and Dracula are fighting in Dracula.
See, maybe I should shut my mouth.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
Okay, but
So that's probably my favorite one. I'll give an honorable mention to Vampire Lovers because that's one I can just watch over and over
okay.
again.
We did do that one, and I enjoyed that immensely.
Yes.
So
between those two, that's like a toss-up between and Vampire Lovers. It's not just because of nudity or whatever.
No.
It's just a cool story.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
But Curse of Frankenstein. I mean, I've got it on my phone. I just whenever I want to watch it, I just I pop it in, and we need a Blu-ray of it here in the States. Desperately. So if Warner Brothers, who owns it, is doing something, please, I don't care if you release it in your archive collection where it's just made
somewhere,
on demand.
put it out,
that's fine. I'll buy it. I'll buy it day one.
There you go, man. So and everybody should know that Hammer horror is is still putting out movies. They put in Let Me In, the remake of Let the Right One In,
Woman in Black with the kid from Harry Potter, The Resident.
But we're keeping it.
I've seen them.
Yeah, we're keeping old school like always, here. And the old Gothic style to the Hammer horror movies is just fantastic. That's love that. So, but Ted's knows more than me. So here we go. Question number 2: what's your favorite Hammer horror monster?
Monster. There's a few that are pretty cool. I mean, you could say Christopher Lee as Frankenstein's monster because the looks were great. Christopher Lee is
it's funny
Dracula.
how even
I know it always kind of comes back
to Frankenstein.
But let me think for a moment. There's out of all of them, that probably is kind of my favorite one, Christopher Lee's portrayal. Because
is there any other main monsters in? I mean, I know there's Plague of the Zombies and stuff like that, but they're not a single character.
There's the Gorgon, which is sort of like a Medusa-ish character. The Reptile, which is kind of a neat, like a female, half person, half reptile. I'm trying to scan through my my DVD collection here and Blu-ray collection to see which ones I have. But,
a little harder with the Hammer horror, right?
Well, I mean, it's different in that. Yeah. Okay, I mean, Dracula's a monster, so to speak, but he's suave and whatever. But
but it's Frankenstein, right?
Well, from Curse of Frankenstein.
Okay.
Because in the sequels, he doesn't. Yes, he creates life from death, but you don't get that same building a body from different body parts thing. Okay. It's always something different. Like, he'll transfer a soul into a body or, do something like that. It's not the same thing in each movie. It's not just him trying to make that monster again.
Yeah.
It's something different every movie, and that's why I like them so much. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I love the makeup. Christopher Lee's makeup in there. I mean, it's just so gaunt and
right.
Pussy and bloody, and it's just so cool looking.
Oh yeah.
And I got to imagine in the late 50s going to see that, you're just like, oh my god.
Different than you would think it would be for a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I like the way Hammer mixed it up a bit and made it kind of their own.
When they did do makeup effects like that, even like in their one werewolf movie, they're really good.
Yeah.
Their makeup was really good.
Cool. Okay. So question number 3. Who is your favorite Hammer horror actress? I think I know.
You think I'm going to say Ingrid
maybe
Pitt.
not.
You think I'm going to say Ingrid
Pitt, yeah.
Because I love her in Vampire Lovers. But
right.
the one that gets me gaga is Linda Hayden in Taste the Blood of Dracula. This beautiful, blonde, blue-eyed. And I've seen most of the movies that she's been in. If she looked like that and walked in here now, I don't know.
Linda Hamilton from Terminator?
Linda Hayden.
Oh, Linda Hayden.
She's been in lots of other movies. Only one Hammer movie that I know of.
Huh.
Yeah, only one Hammer.
But okay.
She was in Madhouse with Vincent Price briefly. There's there's kind of a good movie with her in it called The House on Straw Hill, with Udo Kier.
I was going to go with. I think it was Vampire Lovers. Wasn't it the younger? Remember she? I don't know who.
Forgive me, I can't remember.
I don't know who her name was, but she was the younger.
Yeah. Yep. Her name slips me, but I know exactly.
But who was she? She was like one of the victims. Like, was she?
Yeah, she was the first. She was the daughter that Ingrid Pitt stayed with first. I believe.
In Vampire Lovers.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So if you guys know what I'm talking about here in Hammer Horror, that's who I think.
Right.
Something about her, she was just in
Vampire, it's just and her rejuvenated form.
So you're gonna get half-assed answers out of me.
Ingrid Pitt is just way up here. She's
Ingrid
ethereal and walking through the mist. That's untouchable for me.
Yeah,
I can't get that.
Yeah,
I think I might have a chance down here with Linda Hayden, but I can't get that.
And I think and Ingrid Pitt only played in 3 Hammer movies, right?
She was in Vampire Lovers and she was in Countess Dracula. I think those are the only 2. I think those are the only 2.
I thought there were 3.
She was offered roles in the other films because Vampire Lovers is technically part of a loose trilogy.
Yeah.
And I'll throw an honorable mention out to Carolyn Monroe, who was
that's getting all his Hammer chicks out there.
But I mean, she's been in tons of stuff. She's been a Bond girl and everything, and she's still, even at her age now, she's still a lovely looking lady.
Awesome.
So those are
okay.
Yeah, and flash your picture up there so people can see that Linda Hayden was a foxy chick back then.
Heck yeah. Okay, there you go.
You find a nice picture of her for me. I'm going to be watching this.
Okay, cool. 4. What is the most underrated Hammer horror movie? Underrated.
I could do overrated, but underrated.
Is there a Hammer horror movie out there that people just shit on and you just think, that's a good movie? I don't know that
people shit on any of them. Well, yeah, maybe some of the later ones. Like even stuff like Vampire Lovers, some people say, that's when they got into their... Okay, I'll tell you one.
Okay.
Lust for a Vampire.
Lust for a Vampire.
Lust for a Vampire, which is the... it's part of that loose trilogy, the Karnstein trilogy from Vampire Lovers.
Right.
It's pretty hated for the simple fact, obviously, Ingrid Pitt was offered the role and didn't take it.
Okay.
It's got Ralph Bates in it, he played in some later Hammer horror films, and he always plays a little bit of a... He's just... what do I want to say? He just oozes sleaze.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah. And there's this weird... song number sort of in the middle of it that a lot of people don't like. But those things aside, I like it. So,
well, there you go.
There you go.
Okay, most underrated. Okay, there you go. Okay, question number 5. What is the most overrated Hammer horror movie?
I think Phantom of the Opera with Herbert Lom. Okay. Only because after Lon Chaney's original Phantom of the Opera, I don't really care for too many other Phantom of the Opera movies. I really just love that one.
Yeah.
And
people do kind of make a...
But I still like it. I still will watch it. I just don't... It's not as good as the old silent Lon Chaney.
Right. So your pick is maybe more overrated than...
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like it. They say it's one of the better adaptations, and I still go back to the silent because...
Okay, good.
Lon Chaney was so fantastic.
Exactly. Question number 6. Does Peter Cushing make a better Van Helsing or Victor Frankenstein?
I think it's fantastic as both.
I know.
That's another one that tears me apart. I'll probably go with Baron Frankenstein just because he was
I was going to say too.
So
I mean, I can answer this one a bit.
So icy, as in some of the sequels. I mean, his character changes a little bit. I mean, whereas he started off just wanting to learn and get knowledge, and then then he becomes this twisted thing. I mean, in one of them,
I think that's what makes it for me. Is what I've seen so far in him playing the Victor Frankenstein is the twisted nature that he portrays on film.
Definitely is not above blackmailing people, using people for his own ends to get where he wants to get and to do what he wants to do.
Yes.
Everyone else is secondary to his experiment, and it's an interesting arc. It's an interesting turn of the character.
Although he plays both of them great.
Yes.
But I
And each one he has to, because he gets caught, he gets discovered, he gets found out. He's got to play like a different character in the next one. It might be Dr. Stein or Dr. Franken or whatever it is. I don't remember all the names, but he always has to change his identity a little bit.
Or Kunst.
Wow.
Okay, so let's we'll move on to question number 7. In The Curse of the Werewolf, do you think they should have shown more of the werewolf?
Well, being that the werewolf's only in it for about 10 minutes, I think everybody's going to say yes to that question.
Okay.
It's an hour and a half long movie. The first Oliver Reed.
I think the argument there is a lot of people say that it's a different kind of movie, and they really wanted to just work their way up the process of becoming a werewolf.
Yeah, well, they really.
So that's the argument, but
it's Oliver Reed is the star of the film, and he's a well-known actor. He's been in lots of things. He doesn't even show up.
He played
for
in
the first.
Oliver.
Did he? I don't know.
No. Oh, okay, go ahead.
But he shows up 45 minutes into the movie. That's when his character, from the child that it starts off with, grows up to this, adult. And then, so you got, the next, 30 minutes with him. And then you got like 10 minutes left to, to have the werewolf. And, I mean, when he's in that full makeup, he's awesome. But it is different, because what made it different is that Hammer movies typically get down to the nitty gritty. You don't have to wait too long to, see a monster or get a scare or get a chill or something like that. They set it up right away.
Right.
A lot of times it even starts at the beginning and then you get the credits and stuff like that. You get something at the beginning. This one you got to wait all the way to the damn end to get the werewolf, and you only get him for that few minutes. And as cool as it is, I would have liked to have seen him more. And they only did one werewolf movie.
Okay, no, there you go. Yeah, okay. So, moving on to question number 8.
Yes.
Do you prefer the Hammer or Universal version of The Mummy?
Ooh, it's so hard. Well, here's the difference. The difference is in the Hammer version, you see the actual mummy for a lot longer. I mean, it's not. Whereas in the original Mummy, you've got Boris Karloff wrapped up for that couple of minutes, and then he plays, his unwrapped, mummified character, which is awesome.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, the Mummy itself or the movie? So I'm pretty sure the question is about the Mummy itself. So
I think even the couple of minutes that Boris Karloff was wrapped up in that makeup, in that sarcophagus like that,
again,
that is so eerie and so creepy.
So iconic, too.
And iconic. That I still have to go with that.
Right.
I love the Hammer's The Mummy. Have it at home. Have it DVD, have Blu-ray, have it on my phone.
I think when you get down to the characters,
I probably like the story in the movie a little better.
Yeah.
But if you go with which one affects me more, it's Boris Karloff's Mummy. Affected me more.
Okay, gotcha.
Buried in here a little bit more, just because of that scene.
I was going to say, I mean,
it's that good.
Hammer took it all on, with Frankenstein, Dracula,
it's the black and white, it's the shadows and the light, and just the way it plays off his face and his bone structure.
Yeah, Karloff, Lugosi, I mean, it's just it's hard to take away anything from them, even though, like you said, Hammer they did it their way.
Yeah,
and
I loved it.
Yeah, and you're a big Hammer fan, so yeah.
I mean,
okay.
It's hard to pick, but if you really want to know which one stays in my mind as far as imagery, it would be Boris.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, so question number 9 then. What is your favorite Christopher Lee performance in a Hammer horror film? I was going to say, hats off to The Wicker Man, but that's not Hammer horror.
No. Even
Christopher Lee's greatest performance.
And that was.
But anyway,
he is stated
that's not
as
Hammer
saying
horror.
that his favorite performance. And I love Wicker Man.
I know. But anyways, yeah.
What would I pick? You would have thought I would have thought about these a little bit more.
Yeah, you should have. Pick a name out of the hat.
Wow. I mean, of course, Dracula is good, but he, did it in different films.
Right. Hammer horror.
Let me think. His portrayal as the Mummy and the Frankenstein's monster had no dialogue.
Which one did we see with Christopher Lee playing in a Hammer horror?
We watched Horror of Dracula, the first one.
Okay.
And then we also did later on we did Dracula Prince of Darkness, where he has no dialogue at all.
Right.
And that's
I enjoyed him in that one.
Mm-hmm. And that's really good in that he emotes so well without any dialogue.
Yeah.
But I really like his character in The Devil Rides Out. Remember, we did that film as well. Where
I take it back. No, that's right.
Plays Richie Lou.
Yeah.
And The Devil Rides Out, which is about devil worshippers.
Right.
He doesn't play a villain in that one. He's a good guy, but
that's where they get all in that big circle and they're all holding hands. And excellent movie.
He plays a really cool character.
Did a commentary on that. Go check it out.
So maybe I'll go with that just to bring a different movie that maybe some of you guys haven't seen out to the forefront that you might want to check out.
No, that was an excellent movie.
It's a little hard to find in the States. You can get it abroad, but good film.
We can all get abroad.
Oh yeah.
Anyways. Okay, cool. Yeah, there you go.
Let me throw
Okay, last question. Question number 10. What does Hammer need to do to get back on the horror map?
Oh, God, yeah, I saw this
question. I have an answer for this.
Well, you go, man. Spout your answer out.
I think it's the same thing, and it's never going to happen. Let me first start it off that way.
You probably think the same thing I do, but let me hear you.
It's the same thing as Universal. They're trying to Universal trying to bring the Dark Universe. Mm-hmm. Hammer, I think, could resurrect that same type of genre with the vampires and like kind of Dracula, werewolf, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Classic stuff, which I think Universal should do. But let's do it and make it like kind of a period piece. Why not Universal go back and have the story set in the time period it should be, maybe 40s or something, the old classic black and white.
Even the remake of The Wolfman did that.
Right.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, one of the better.
You were pretty much on the track that I'm thinking.
Yeah, and Hammer, I think they should really go back to that Gothic style. Mm-hmm. I know they tried to in the Woman in Black.
Woman in Black.
But
that was the only one, I think.
Yeah, and whether they continue...
Go back to what they were known for.
Right. I think that's what
Gothic castles.
Should do.
But you're right. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. I don't think it
why they're not going to succeed.
Right.
Hammer's not. Hammer was just something that existed in a time and a place.
Are you not in the same mindset as me though? That I think if they did do that, it would be a really big thing and a really big deal. No,
well,
could I be wrong?
Guillermo del Toro did his Crimson Peak.
Okay.
And that was one of those Gothic castle type movies.
Right.
And it didn't generate anything. It didn't.
But if you put all that hype on
it didn't bring back that kind of genre, is what I'm saying. People weren't clamoring for more.
True.
They might have said, "Oh, it was all right. It was cool or whatever." And I don't think people really dig those, because by most standards, Hammer horror films are slow. All right? They build up.
Right.
You got to just, and I can't explain it. I grew up watching those. And I've got the attention span. I don't, I didn't grow up getting things flashed at me like that. So, not insulting anybody. It's just a difference. I see it in my own kids.
Right.
When you watch YouTube clips and things, or or they watch their little cartoon shows or whatever. They're just used to information in smaller chunks or getting more in a shorter time. I can sit there and watch a 3.5-hour movie and be fine.
Be fine, yeah. Same.
And and not even notice the time going by. So Hammer's a little bit slower. They were known for that gothic, decorative, ornate period pieces, like you were saying, and they also had a stock crew of actors.
Right.
They had Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee.
Same with the old
Michael
Universals,
Gow,
but yeah.
Some of the Hammer girls, would be back in multiple films. And if you start watching more Hammer films, you'll see a lot of the other supporting characters in other movies. So they had that group of actors.
Right.
And that'd be cool if they had that again, like a a group of kind of like how maybe Woody Allen's got his group of actors sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does really. I don't.
He switches up. But yeah, honestly, if you want,
I don't know if that would succeed. That's what I'd like to see.
If you want a correct answer, they could jump on the train like everybody else does and just worry about CGI and jump scares and big colossal
maybe they should
unbelievable storylines.
Maybe they should just buy up some licenses to properties that could generate some money and get it going again, and do a couple of those ones that the kids will like, and then put one out there for the adults that that they'll like, something a little bit more gothic and everything. Even if it goes straight to Netflix or straight to video. But I don't know that Hammer's done anything recently. I know the films they've done since, but they're not really they're just not the name that they were.
Oh no!
Most horror fans don't even know what the hell Hammer is when you say it. And when I was a kid, I didn't know it was Hammer.
No,
I just knew it had the guy in it that I liked. That was Frankenstein, and he was in Star Wars, and I liked him.
Christopher Lee.
And
Peter Cushing.
That's all I knew. So.
Yeah,
and a lot of the Hammer films I didn't even get to see until I was older,
right?
And could rent them at the store, like when we would go to that
to see
cool video store. But I saw the Dracula ones, I saw the Mummy, I saw the Frankenstein ones, and the rest I had to discover on my own. So later on as an adult. But I don't know what Hammer could really do to get back on, except for that. Maybe buy up some properties and get some popular stuff out there, and then if they want to go back to their roots, maybe use that as a springboard. Have a few successful films under your belt that have made some money, and then put out one of those period piece
and see
ones.
how they do.
And see, if people dig it again. See if the fans like it. But sometimes you got to put out, other crap to.
They can make dinosaur movies, or
they did. They did make dinosaur movies. Didn't you ever see?
No, I know. I'm
when dinosaurs ruled the earth.
Right. Oh yeah.
Where it has no English language. Akita.
Akita. But anyways, okay. So there's your Hammer horror tag.
Yeah. I could keep going.
This was fun as hell, but yeah. So there you go. It's our second video tag ever. Hammer horror. We did Universal. Mm-hmm. This is Hammer. So there you go. We'll probably have a commentary coming up really soon.
Yeah,
check out all the links. Check out all the links below. And until next time, you guys. Hammer horror rules.
Hammer horror.